night of the regular season at Horner Ballpark. That doesn't seem real.
It's flown by. It seemed like yesterday we were opening up against Southeast Missouri. Always goes so quick.
And I think we say it every year. It's like, oh, it feels like it's the fastest ever. But yeah, I think you are home so much to start the year. And then you hit the road, and by the time you realize it, it's May. And you've only got 6 games left counting tonight. 6 big games for DBU. A game out of first place in Conference USA. It's Tom Poole looking to play a huge part in the Patriots making a run for a 2nd consecutive regular season title in the conference. Now 3-0. Yeah, his average up over 460 over the last 13 games. He had an 0 for 14 stretch, and he broke out of that a little over a month ago.
Dan Hefner talked with us on Tuesday in the postgame just about Tom making a slight adjustment with his swing. You see the power numbers starting to go up. He's got a short, compact swing, but just that slight adjustment that he made 3 or 4 weeks ago has been all the difference. Wasn't big, and he's always got that kind of timing mechanism where he's kind of rocking back and forth.
I feel like that was the first big tweak that he made last year. You didn't see it. You maybe saw it a little bit, but it wasn't as exaggerated as it was. I think that was the first tweak. Here is Miguel Santos. That one off the end of the bat, and now Hertzler's got to make a play, and he throws it away. Tom Poole's going to score, and Miguel Santos is going to go to third. What a break for the Patriots, and it's 2-0.
On a night where runs are at a premium, you got 2 guys on the mound that have just been special in Ryan Johnson and Cole Hertzler. This is big. And this is where the damage has been done tonight so far. Poole and Miggy in the 3-4 spot. Just soft off the bat right here. Here's some ball luck. Hertzler couldn't find it. And when he does, that right there got Tom Poole off and running.
Yeah, an instance where he tried to make the superhero play and ends up shooting himself in the foot.
How about that? Tom scores first to third on a double in the first. He scores first to third on a ball that didn't get out of the infield.
On a ball that went 60 foot 6 inches. It's 2-0, and Ethan Mann got a chance here, and a runner at third here. Nobody out. That is the 4th error of the season for Hertzler. It's been an issue. As Mann, a little jam job, that'll bloop in there for a base hit. And it's 3-0 DBU.
Well, you're living right now. The way you've scored these 2 runs here in the 4th. Yeah, the throwing error, which for Hertzler probably feels like maybe you should have 1 out, runner at second base. And here, Mann just in on the hands, and with that infield drawn in, just sneaks it right over the top of Marsh. Base hit. Ethan Mann's 45th RBI. Didn't hit it hard, just 63 miles per hour. Gets the job done. And Scott Jackson's out of the dugout. There's not a whole lot to complain about what Hertzler's done tonight. He has been brilliant. It's just run into some unfortunate luck here in the 4th.
Yeah, Scott Jackson, the head coach, a former pitching coach, and so every now and then he'll come out and make the mound visits. Normally that's a job that goes to Tyler Robinson, the pitching coach. But Jackson, I think you're right. There's not a whole lot to change. I think if you're Hertzler, it's just probably more of a, hey, let's just calm down a little bit. You walked a guy and then 2 soft base hits, or not even base hits. 1 was a ground ball back to you.
Yeah, you can just
that's what got you.
Scott Jackson just kind of clapping his hands. You can tell, yeah, that probably was the message. The guy who's a longtime pitching coach. He was at North Carolina for 8 years, part of a team that went to the College World Series in 11. He was at Liberty for 1 season before going to Carolina. Was pitching coach at UNC Wilmington. He does it all. You know, he coaches third base as well, so he's got his hands in a little bit of everything.
Here's Grant J. Grant, first strikeout victim of Hertzler. Hertzler's got 4 strikeouts. He struck out all 3 that he faced in the second, and then he got Michael DiTallo in the third inning. Throw over to first base there to check on Hertzler. Reagan had mentioned the struggles that Hertzler had over the last 3 outings. That was on the road at Western Kentucky as well as Samford. And then at home against FIU, an ERA nearly at 9. Change of pace and a swing and a miss by Grant J. So as he came in today, the overall numbers were 5-5 with a 4.87 ERA. Before this stretch of the last 3 games, he was 5-3 with a 2.70 ERA. Close to the outside corner there at 1-2. Just hasn't had the year that he necessarily expected to have. His first in the rotation. As he gets a swing and a miss, strike 3, the ball will kick away. And Ethan Mann will go to second. Grant J will take off, but he was not going to have the opportunity to advance to first since it was occupied. It is a wild pitch that gets Mann to second base. And there's only one away.
A slider again to Grant here. It's giving him fits. Looks like the fastball then just breaks away. That almost had the break of a curveball right there. You talk about those numbers of Hertzler. He had 5 straight quality starts of 6 innings, 3 runs or less. So you talk about that ERA that was pretty minuscule. I mean, he was in the zone. I think we're seeing a lot of that, probably what they saw earlier this year, what he's flashing tonight. Don't look at those 3 runs. He's been outstanding.
Yeah, of those 3 runs right now, only one of them earned. Hefner can't hold up. 0-2. Yeah, Hertzler's best outing, he had a 10 strikeout performance against Jacksonville State. We've seen how pesky that offense can be, at least in this ballpark. It hadn't really been the case anywhere else, but Gamecocks were quite the opponent last week as Hefner's gone swinging. As Hertzler's off-speed stuff has been just as nasty as Ryan Johnson's has been.
Boy, breaking ball there. Just falls off the table. Back-to-back strikeouts, yeah, after the first 3 reach. 5 punch, or there's 6 punch-outs for Hertzler.
So already topped what he did last week. He had 5 strikeouts in 5 innings against FIU. Gave up 6 runs, 5 of them earned last week. Only loss that the Flames had against the Panthers. The opening game loss, they came back to win the series. 1-0 to Pendergast, who struck out his first and only time up. Chest off the plate outside. Those corners are not given here from Mike Matza so far today. Not saying that ball was on the corner, but it was close.
Well, he mixes so well. I mean, 94, 95 fastball, hammer curveball, and a pretty good wipeout slider.
Two 1 pitch. That's up and in. Yeah, the old adage, I guess, if you've got 2 breaking balls, one of them's not very good. I don't think that's the case with Hertzler. He looks like he's got a couple of them that he can pull out at any time. I think it was Wally Backman I heard say that. He said that in a little bit more colorful language than I just did. Grounder to third. That's a fair ball. Throw to first is dug out nicely by John Simmons. And the inning comes to an end. Cliff Pennington's looking out towards home as if he doesn't believe that ball was fair. Umpires rule that it is. It's 3-0. We're going to the 5th.